I'm Cheryl Elgie from Kerrang in Northern Victoria, Australia. And thank you for joining me this afternoon as I make I think it's called a hidden door card. I guess people call things different names, so you may know what that is, you may not, I'm not sure. Getting some blocks organised. Now, where are my other blocks? Yes, so firstly, did I unplug my light again? Looks like I did. There we go. Plug it back in. I think I had it on already. Might have been the problem. So, let's begin. This is my little mock-up. I got this from, what is her name? Mary Deceivers, is it? I'll have to find her. Stamps and Lingers is where I got the measurements, but fun fact, they work for our Aussie measurements. So I just use the same measurement as I would for a normal card base. So, and then you score on the long side, you score at, so it's, I'm going to go inches because that's how Mary's was, and it's a bit easier if we do that. Yeah, do what she's done. So it's actually 5 7/8 by the full width of the cardstock, which is 21 centimetres or 8 1/4. 8 1/4? Yes, because theirs is 8 1/2, that's right. So we're going to score at 1 inch. Hopefully we can see that. Oh no, my cameras. Yeah, I think I'm in the right spot. So 1, I always like to do the 1 over that side because I've got more to hang on to. Then we're going to go 2. I should have actually given measurements for it, but I wasn't really very organised. I didn't really know what I was going to do. Been busy cutting up for Saturday's class, and I thought, oh, I haven't got anything organised. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Have to look to know. And then we have another piece, and I've cut mine at 4 1/4 by 4. I need to score it on the longest side, so this side, at a half an inch. And you could easily convert this to metric, but the card was working out for me with these measurements, so I just went with it. Sometimes easier to do that. So I think we can pop that away for now. And of course you want to burnish those score lines, like so. And these ones get burnished all in the same direction. It's a fairly quick card depending on what you're decorating it with. So then just got to get make sure my papers are, so that goes on our card front. It probably doesn't really matter much, but you know me, I like to be particular. It's easier to put the papers on before the card is adhered. So this piece here is going to go, you're going to put your adhesive there, if we can see that, there, and we're going to adhere that down like that. So that piece there doesn't need any DSP, it's just these 3 pieces. So I want to get the one that matches here. This is going to be a bit tricky. That's not it. Not that it particularly matters, but have I cut 4? I've cut 4, I only need to cut 3. Let's see. Let me try and match these up. I think it goes that way. They don't match. It's a lot easier if you're cutting up to do it all at the one time, and that's what I should have done, obviously. Now I'm going to have to work out my jigsaw puzzle here. I'm just going to discard the, or not use, I'm not going to throw it out, the paper that doesn't match. I might be able to, no, can't do that either. Don't see what that matches there. Maybe that matches there. Maybe. No, maybe it matches here. Yeah, that's the part of the pear there, I think. No, maybe that way. No. Goodness, what a jigsaw puzzle. It's that one there. There we go. And which other one? Looks like that's part of a pear too. It doesn't go there. Maybe it's this one. There we go. It's those 3. Now which one matches to there? There we go. We got there. Let's put that aside in case I muck it up again. And without moving them too much, I'm going to put them straight on my card. So on these, this one goes on here. Get some room to grab my adhesive. Oops. Mind that this one, I only need this one here. Don't tell me I've cut those too long. I reckon I have after all that. What did I cut that at? Goodness gracious me. 5 3/4, and it was meant to be 5 5/8. So let me fix that. Cut it off the bottom bit. Oh, get off my fingers. So 5 5/8. Just a tiny bit. We need that off. I'm going to stick that on. While I've got it here and right. It's a bit of a hard decision which colour base I wanted to use with this card. I didn't really want to use Love Secret Sea, but I felt it'd be too dark. And I wasn't real happy with it with the Darling Duckling. So then this one's the next one. So that's got to have a tiny bit off it too. That's next. And then this one's next. Alright, 5 5/8. No, I nearly cut that wrong. Come here. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Angela. How are you going with that knee? Oh, you're still working. Thanks for watching, girls. So that one's next. How's your day been, Rhonda? I think that one was next. Yep. Just pays to check. And I just ran the seal right down the middle, and that seemed to work on the first card I did. same with this one. I came to make an actual card. I couldn't remember which bit to stick, so this could be interesting. That's not like me at all, is it? Ha ha, Rhonda. Now, I think I can stick that. Just making sure I'm going to stick the right bit. So yeah, it's a bit similar to the other one that we had the swap of, the one I did a few weeks ago, where you fold that under to stick it, adhere it. Okay, and then we can put our paper, I've probably got to cut a bit off that too, I do. 5 5/8 off the bottom. We're going to have a bit of a play. I did have a play with rock and roll, like I was telling you before. Rhonda, did you have a play with that? No, it didn't work too bad, so we might do that. Might do it that way on Saturday. Anyway, people can do whichever method they would like to do, because we're using pairs for one of our cards. We're using beautiful motifs and beautiful gallery for another one, and we're using the sunflower embossing folder for another one. We're going to be busy. And I'll do that. This next bit is the bit that confuses me. I have to have, yeah, that's what I have to do, I think. But I'm going to put, did I not? Oh yes, I did. For this piece, I embossed a piece of Petal Pink with the mini corrugated folder. I'm going to put that on with some glue. So you need to use something, I don't think it matters which side. Probably should have used this side actually looking at it now, but too bad, too sad. We've got the glue on it now, so we're not going to do it again. Oh, you've been doing the virtual album. Go you. How far did you get? Come on. Right, now going by this, I'm just going to take that off. That bit's easy. It's this bit here that I struggled with, and I want to get this right, so I'm not saying, oh, no, you don't do it like that. So you need to fold it like so. Fold it like so. Line it up there. I think I want to line mine up to my DSP. I think I do. But you only put glue on this piece here. So that's going to be stuck there. So I want glue on there. So my glue's about to run out. And then fold it. I think I fold it all the way back. I think this is right. Anyway, I'll be able to get it up if it's not. Like that. And then, yeah, I think that's right. Oh, actually, I should have probably had a bit of paper there too. I think that's right, is it? Because that, yeah, that's right. And then we just want some glue on this edge here. Just a little bit. Knew that was going to happen. I saw the red line. You know, we've got another one fully loaded. Oh, 3 months done. Goodness me, that's good. What do you mean you left from today? Don't understand that, what that means. Yeah, push it all the way. Maybe I had my first one wrong, did I? No, that looks right. How easy is that? How easy is that? now I've left the decorating. Actually, I wanted to show you, and I didn't grab some white, some spare white to show you a few different ways to stamp the pears. I'm just going to cut this in half. So we've got a bit of paper to work with. So, got to decorate that. I've already done mine and cut them out, but I just wanted to show you the rock and roll technique. So you can either do this or you can do just with sponging. So let me just, some people have been stamping the whole pear in choose your words, in Memento. I don't know, I kind of like it done in the green. And another fun fact, just FYI, you cannot die cut that out because these are separate. So I'm merrily going along, trying all different ways to stamp my pears, and I only had 2 done that like that, and I thought, oh, well, I can't cut them out because you've got to cut this out and this out separately. That was a tip off someone, I can't remember who. She just used the end of, where is it? The end of the, yeah, it must have been the filler one. That's all that is. The end of that dipped into, no, upside down. The end of that dipped into the ink, and then imagine that's got early espresso on it, and then just stamp it there. That's how you get that. I thought that was pretty clever too. Wished I could remember who that was. So I'm going to do 2 because, you know, I'm probably not going to get, no, I'm not going to moss myself. I'm going to get it stamped perfectly, aren't I? Yes, today's funny story. All right. And this is Old Olive. I probably did say that. So let's do that, and let's do, I've got a stamp for the little pear as well. I even rock and rolled the little one. Go me. And I was not unhappy with how that worked out. I need to sit back on my chair. So the leaves for the big pears are 2-step. Oh, and that's the wrong one. I've already stamped that one. So you guys will do a far better job than I will with this. It's not my forte. Oops, that's not right. A little bit out, but never mind. That one looks right. There we go. And now the fun begins. I'll do one way and one the other way. So we're going to ink up in Darling Duckling, and then, if I can do this correctly, we're going to, this is the rock and roll. We're going to just roll this edge. Can you see that that edge is a different texture to that edge? We're going to just roll that whole thing in the ink. Okay? And stamp it down. Not too shabby. Now the other way, maybe I should do the other one the same actually. You've got to clean your stamp in between, of course, because you don't want to get green in your yellow. So again, ink up in your yellow of choice. I've chosen Darling Duckling, and I hoped you could see. You like the green. What do you mean you like the green? And no two pairs are the same. That looks like a circle. That's probably not going to be that great an example, but you get the idea. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we'll do the other way to do it. I'll do two of them as well. I have pairs everywhere, won't I? And we need to stamp that off and clean that again. So again, ink up in the Darling Duckling, and then what you do with Adorbers. Gosh, where did I put them? They were just here. What did you do with them, girl? What did you do with them? There's one up there. What colour's that? Hasn't got any colour on. Let's just use that. Sorry about that. They'll turn up once as soon as I shut down, they will turn up. Oh, here they are. Look. On my phone, well, you can't see, on my phone stand. And I've got one that's got all my colours in. Is that open? So I think I've got an old olive one in here. Well, I have, but I've just got to find it. There we go. Alright. So then you're just going to apply your green to that side. You can go, oops, go around the other side too if you want. Actually, probably apply it. I haven't done it this way before. Applying it to the splotchy bit. And then you want to huff on it. My head's probably in the way. Sorry about that. But I can't help it. Let's see what we've got this time. I actually like that better. I do. I've got not as much. Hopefully I cleaned my stamp. I'm sure I did. But see how I've got a lot of green in it this time? Anyway, as I said, no two pairs are going to be the same. So oh, you like, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I do too. I won't put as much green on this one. I'll just do a bit down the edge. A little bit there. Huff, and you can see that that's not lining up. Come on. Come on, you don't want to. That's better. There we go. So there we go. I probably didn't do a very good job of those. That looks like a round circle. I'm happier with that one, but I did prefer the Dauber technique, but you can do whatever pleases you. Oh, and actually I was going to show you how I did the small ones too. Where's the stamp for that? I had a go at doing the rock and roll with those ones as well. So inked up in the yellow, and this time I went the opposite way, like that. Don't have to huff on it if you do it that way. That's not too bad. And then for the little ones, you could use your blends, but I just used my pencils. Now, where's my Old Olive? Just had it out before. Right there. Yep, that's it there. I just used my Old Olive and a blender pen to smooth it out. You probably can't see that. Close up some ink pads and get in the camera a little bit. Started using my pencils a bit more lately. And our blender pen, which is this one, just to soften it. I didn't want to use brown for the stem because I did do that on one of my samples and I didn't like it. I liked it all the green. With the outline in green, I preferred it all green. But you can do whatever you like. So there's my pears that I've done. Actually, I didn't write on those what they were. I did write. I really like the Granny Apple green. That was Granny Apple with. That was Darling Duckling as well. I like how the Granny Apple lifts the Darling Duckling. I do have. Did I put it with the girls? With the, I might have put it in with the class samples for tomorrow. And this one, I really like this one too. That's what's that? You can just go for it and just do as many combinations as you like. This one's Lemon Lime Twist and Mossy Meadow. These ones are Lemon Lolly and Granny Apple Green, but I stamped the Lemon Lolly twice. And I had some other ones. I must have put them in with the card pack for tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Don't scare everybody. Yes, I did. For Saturday. We just grab. Oh, no, that's not them. Oh, here we go. I've written. Yeah. So what have I done with them? I've done a whole heap and I've written the names on. Now I can't find them. But there we go. I've got these ones because some of the pears are pink as well. So we've got crushed curry with crushed curry stamped off with Cajun Crows, crushed curry stamped off with Old Olive, Daffodil Delight and Old Olive, Daffodil and Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil and Strawberry Slush, Daffodil and Pumpkin Pie, and Granny Apple and crushed curry stamped off, Lemon Lolly and Granny Apple. So yeah, quite a few samples there just to show the girls a few different ideas, a few different ways to stamp them. Okay, back to our card. I might just clean these in case I get ink everywhere on our card. We didn't want to put ink on our card, would we? Get rid of these. Might need them for the envelope. Now back to decorating, and I've I've stamped and die cut my pears, and I've also done, I think I might add a bit of old olive to this leaf. Oh, that's a bit dark. Oh well, you can't help bad luck. Didn't realise I'd need to stamp it off as such, but anyway, it's fine. So now I've got to, this is the bit I didn't do. I didn't arrange how I would like my pears. I'll probably have to cut that off. And we can get our sticks on our pears. We can. Just like that. We just need a tiny bit of glue on this end. Which end? It's hard to tell which end, isn't it? That end. Stick this one on, then I'll know. I guess yeah, it's the, so it goes on the, there's a little indentation where it goes. You can use, there's another stamp. She's lost her stamps now. It's somewhere where you can put a little bit of like, goodness me, a little bit of like, where did you put it? Where did you put it? I had them all together. Oh, in here. In here, that's where. Yeah, a little bit of like a blemish sort of thing. Do you think I need that? And do you, what, if I do, what colour do you think I should do it in? You can be deciding for me while I continue on. Do I want green or do I want a bit of brown? So our little stick, come on, come out, you silly thing. We'll go there. I wasn't sure if I wanted 2 full pears or whether I wanted a big one and a little one. So I did both. Oh yeah, I think I like that. And then there's a crosshatchy sort of thing. Because that's Secret Sea, I thought perhaps we could put that somewhere. Maybe like that. You tell me if you think we need it or not. And it's got little dies for little flowers. I'll show you that. I was thinking, why have I got long ones and ones like this? They're the same flowers, but these ones are in a what do I want to say? In a cluster. Whereas so I thought I would cut out some of both because I might want to just sprinkle some flowers. So I don't know, I think that would be enough. Maybe I should have done them in white, perhaps. Don't know if I need them. What are we thinking, Miss Rhonda? I'm going to put the, I think I'm going to put the, oh, do I want speckled? Can't see the smaller ones. Is that better? So I think maybe, I don't know, I should have had a practice with putting some dots on. I'm going to try with one of my sample ones that wasn't too good. one that colour. I'm probably not going to use these ones because I've put the leaves on them. So let's just see what they look like with some crumb cake just about there. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's do that with our big one. Sort of goes around the edge of the pear too, so I'm not sure which edge I want. I'm going to try it on this one because this isn't, I don't really like it. We'll see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's good. I like it. Yeah, that looks good. I do say so myself. All right, might be time to get my glue press out if I'm going to use that what's the dude? So we can put, I might just, this is gummed up, obviously haven't used it for a bit. Come on. It's good for when you want a tiny bit of glue. I'm not going to put it right on the end of that because I'm thinking maybe I either want to cut it off or have it hanging over. You probably can't see what I'm doing there. Never enough room on your desk, is there? Never is. Did anybody, apart from Rhonda, buy the scrapbooking album and do the retreat today? It started at 6 AM. Well, I wasn't getting up that early for anybody. Because that's on pink, just wondering if maybe, just going to put my lid back on while I think about that. Maybe if and I've got a petal pink base, maybe I need to just put some petal pink ink on there just to lift the colour from the base. So I think I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to stick that there and stick this here. Like so. And then give our pears a bit of texture. Can go like that, like as if it's on that vine. Probably should have put glue on there now that I've put it on and I'm not putting it on there. And that one can look as though it's going on there, although I think I had that different when how did I do that? That can probably go, no, I didn't have it like that. This happens to me. Does this happen to you? You get it all lined up and then you take it off and then you don't know where you had it. I know I had that up a bit higher. And then I did that, I think. But I think I had that coming off there a little bit. No, we don't want to do that. We just want to do that. That's what we want to do. Wish that stalk wasn't as thin because I've got to got dimensionals on those bits. I've got to cut. I just want to make sure I'm not putting dimensionals where I'll have things coming off the edge. Now it's this one I want it on, not the other one. And I do want a little tiny piece on there, so there's our little ones. Gosh, gosh, gosh. My adhesive scissors and get a bit of dimensional on here, and hopefully it's not showing, and it is, just not narrow enough. And it's coming off. Gosh, showing just a little bit. Oh, come on. It's a struggle. Just need to cut this down a bit more. That's better. Put this back on here. Didn't want to stay on there, didn't? There we go. That can go like that. And the little ones, I reckon I had them over the top. They can go. Oh, well, I might not need dimensionals on part of it, might I? Dimensions can go on there. And there. And then put some glue on the rest of it. So I want that just over there. Now, our pink flowers, so let's see if we can make them blend in by making them a bit more pink, if that makes sense, with our blending brush. Where's my pink one? This looks like that's not really what I want. Might have to be this one. Might have to be this one. Let me see. Put that back out the road. Where's my petal pink? Just because I'm too lazy to cut some white ones out. I could do yellow, I suppose, couldn't I? We'll see what this looks like. And then we mightn't have to cut anything out. It was mainly the ones on there. I don't even really know whether we need these. You can tell me. Oh, the smaller flowers is what you meant, yeah. Yeah, I get you. Maybe some there. Maybe some that should have gone on first on there. And do we need some, maybe we'll just need a sprinkle of them down the bottom. They're going to be jolly hard to sponge. No, that's okay. Just one, or do we need a couple? Or do we need a whole thing of them? I did have another one. Let's have a play here. Okay. Let's see what we think. Oh. Yeah, I don't mind that. Not too bad. So unscrew my glue again. Why is that jumping up? Because I didn't press that down properly. Don't think I thought about a sentiment for this either. I don't believe I did. Where did I have that? quickly do the thinking of you. I think, oh, I could do hello. It's got a, that's what I was going to do, and I forgot all about the fact that I was going to do that. It's got a little hello with a die to cut it out. So we might use that. May as well use everything on there. Come on, back in there. What did she do at the stamp? Here it is. It's got a little hello. It's rather a cute little hello. Can put, let's clean that, put it back. I'm running out of blocks on my desk. Plenty of blocks, but not on my desk. Oh, I've got a piece of Secret Sea in there. Don't know what that's doing in there. Oh, put it the right way up might help. So I think maybe I need a little bit of pink, I think, and stamp it in. Do a couple. Stamp it in Secret Sea on Petal Pink, or we could do it on white. Maybe white might be better. Let's just have a play. There we go. That's a bit scruffy, that end. Now find a bit of white and we'll do the same. What that piece was off, but it'll do. It's quite a nice script on that little hello, isn't it? Now our little tiny label. Couldn't see it for a minute, it's there. So I'm going to do one of each and we're going to see, although I think people might be getting their dinner ready. I think people have gone. So anyway, I need to do it for my own benefit and see which one I like. So I'll go over here. Be right back. Such a tiny little sentiment die. Very tiny. Let's put that away because it's going to be one or the other of these. It's going to be. For this card you do need to put a piece of white or something on the back to right on. I am sort of thinking probably the, I don't know where I'm going to put that, there. Probably the white, I think. Although, I don't know. Anybody there want to tell me? The hello blends in, the pink blends in, but I quite like that. So I'm going to do that unless someone tells me they don't like it. No one's going to tell me they don't like it. So that's what it's going to be. Just need to cut a little edge pieces are good for this sort of thing. I'll do that. And some gems. I've still got these sitting on my desk. I just love these. Sure whether the blue or the green. It's probably, I keep going to the blue. I really do. The Secret Sea. Because there's not much Secret Sea on the actual card, and we've only got that bit on the top piece is what I'm trying to say. And these are, they're a good size. Some of them are really big, and I don't like, well, I'm not fond of the really big gems because I'm so dainty. There we go. That's cute. And I'll do the envelope and I'll put a piece of white on the back. And I love how that's turned out. That's my one and only that I've done in that. I do have another card worked out, which is the same but different set. So I'm just going to, I've scored it the same, cut the base the same, scored it the same at 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is going to be really quick. Once I work out where my paper's got to go, let's work out whether I've cut this properly first. Pretty sure I did with this one. 5 5/8, yes. All I've got to do is, this is the Everyday Skies, I think it's called, paper. So I need to just pop these together how they go. That's right. Not that it really matters, but just in case it does, I like to do it like this. And I might burnish my little piece as well while I'm here. This Night of Navy, if you didn't guess that already. Because this paper we had before we had Secret Sea, but actually, I'm just thinking, just looking at that, would be probably okay if you didn't have any navy. Anyway, let's go. Goes that way. So this one's first. Same as we did before, but we're going to use a different set this time. Obviously, we're not going to use, just looking at it, I never know with this paper which way it's supposed to be. It's not my favourite paper, I have to tell you. And I don't know why I ended up with 2 packets of it. I need to use it. Probably look as though my clouds are upside down. No, it's really, that's what I don't, it bothers me about this paper, because I'm never sure which way up it's meant to go. So it's going this way up. can't see what I'm doing, sorry. I just ran out of room because I've got stuff everywhere there. And then, same as before, we're going to put some adhesive here. Fold the card over and then fold that over again. So that oh no, we're not. We've got to put our piece on it first, don't we? Silly duffer. You silly duffer. I thought I did that first, actually. I did. I folded it too far over anyway. So there, that's better. Showing you the wrong way and getting too cocky there. It's an easy card. You just got to be mindful of what you're doing. Popping that on there with an even border. And then we're going to put this on here. This is also out of that paper. I'm hoping this will look nice. As again, I haven't created this card. I just figured out what I wanted to do and got everything ready. So now again, we need to put that, I think we need to do this. I think with an even border there and there. Is that right? Yes, that looks right. And then stick that there. Just put some glue just right on the edge here, not very much. Have that flat and do that because you need it to fold down. Just remember that. Okay, that doesn't look too shabby, does it? Then I will do that for you. Did I have a piece of white? Easily get a piece of white. So I'm using the Framed Scenes set. Grab a piece of scrap white. Grab my stamp out. Just going to put a couple of these away so I can grab a block. They stick really well when they're fairly new. You've got to be careful that you don't rip them, getting them off. So I've had these sitting on their blocks for a little bit. So, and actually, what I didn't tell you is when you're, because I had them already mounted, so I didn't tell you that. When you're mounting your stamp, we'll just do that. You need to put it down on a flat surface and then pick it up with your block. Let it relax a bit. So that might be why, if you're having trouble lining things up, that could be why, if you're not doing that. Pull those away again in a minute. I think that block will be big enough for my, no it won't, of course it won't. I need a bigger one. Where's a bigger one? Grab one out. So I can't just see one there. This size, I think. Yeah, and this set is called Framed Scenes and it has all these scenes. I'm dying to use that with some of the beautiful gallery paper. This one or this little house one. I just haven't gotten around to playing, and all the dies are just these. Just the two ovals and the, I would have used that except it's too big for my, I guess I could have played a bit more and made it a bit bigger, but yeah, it's just too big for that. And it's just got the two oval dies, and this is to simulate water, I think. So all I did was stamp that not in Secret C. No. Put some ink pads away too. Oh, that's where my mini dimensionals got to, and Old Olive and my Darling Duckling can go away. Less mess you have on your desk, the better. So I'll stamp that out in Night of Navy. I'm hoping this is going to be nice. And then I've used the other oval. I just felt it needed something to lift it. I've already die cut that, so that was just, I stamped that like that. And I'm not sure whether I need another contrast piece somehow there, or should have done that before probably. I thought perhaps I would just, I don't know, maybe it's too blue. But anyway, for the sake of time, I think that's all I'm going to do. So I just always stamp a few when I stamp sentiments, so that if I need one next time, I could have cut that a bit closer. It's all ready to go. Got a pile of sentiments. Didn't quite have one for this though. So we can either I just feel like it might need something a bit more, but I can't think what else it needs. I need your help. Didn't get that one? No, you didn't, Rhonda. Help. What else can I put with this? Needs, I don't know, needs a bit of ribbon or something behind it, I reckon. Not sure what, or do I need to colour the... Or do we think that looks okay? Where's my paper? Maybe a piece of that paper across it. Have I got a scrap? Of course I'd have a scrap. Maybe that might be enough to satisfy me. How does that look? Does that look better? Have this end. I know it's going a different way, but just, you're not going to see much of it, so it's not going to matter. I think that lifts it a little bit, and that was 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. No, you don't like that? Well, you're being difficult, aren't you? Maybe think, woman, think. Maybe a piece of white, not that wide though, embossed. Or a piece of, what other colour could I put? I don't like the white because I've got that on white. What other colours were in there? Azure. Don't think I want azure. Balmy blue, black. No. Black would blend in. blueberry bushel. I don't think. Bubble bath, Cajun craze, daffodil delight, freesia, melon mambo, misty moonlight, night of navy, petal pink. Oh, maybe pumpkin pie. Maybe pumpkin pie. Let's try a piece of that. Oh, you're helpful, aren't you? Yuck. What are you saying yuck to? The pumpkin pie? Maybe if I... 2.5. What's it measure? Just cut it down a bit. Use this thing. I can use it either end. I'll be right back. Well, that didn't work. That disintegrated on me. Just put it just to give me the idea whether I like it or not first before I go doing anything else. No, I don't. I don't like that. Where's that white bit gone? Maybe I could sponge the white bit with something. But not do the water, not do that one, because I have to do it twice and it makes it fall to bits. So 2.5, we'll do that. Could do it with another folder. Maybe 3/4. Maybe that wavy one, or this one too. First one I grabbed. This can look like water, the birch one. Seems like an awfully big folder to use for such a little thing. Anyway, it might be the effect that we want. It could either be clouds or water. Let me run that through. Pumpkin pie oval instead of the blue. Okay, I only just saw that, Rhonda. Let's keep playing with this. That was the birch folder. in case anyone wants to know. And we'll try both. And pie oval. Scraps have I got in here? Oops, we've got these ones. Looks like the perfect size. Up there, what did I do with me thingos here? Alright, let's cut this out. I put my die away before I lose it. And I'm not finished yet. I was gonna, oops, that. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I had thought I would, if I was using the blue, I would sponge that with some Nine Navy. Let's pull out all the stops. Let's do that, and we can see which one we like. Where's my navy brush? Just a blue would do. Might be Nine Navy. Probably wasn't. Probably was azure or something, but azure is in there, so not going to matter much. But I do like the pumpkin pie. So there's that. Let's put our trimmer away, so we don't need that anymore. And so there's that one. Or we could go with the blue. Now what do I do with my water? There. We could stick with the blue and we could do that. You like my card? Hi Myrtle. How are you? So which one do we like? I did like the pumpkin pie. What do you think, Myrtle? That looks nice, but if we don't have that and we have the pumpkin pie oval, I think Rhonda's right. I think I do like that because it brings up the pumpkin pie in the sky, doesn't it? I think we'll go with that. I'd like to put something behind there, some string or something, and I can't think of anything that will go. So as it's nearly dinner time for everybody, me included, I think I'll just call it done and put these all together. I think I'll just pop that on the pumpkin pie, and then I'll pop up the pumpkin pie piece. Let's make sure that's, should have used wet glue to get that lined up properly, shouldn't I? Up there. And where? Oh, here we go. Here's our t'other ones. this one, I can flatten that to put that on so that I'm not trying to guess where it's got to go. It's about right there. And I can cut a, yeah, the pumpkin pie is good. So thanks, Rhonda. I think she might be getting dinner ready. Oh, she's not. She probably should be. I should be too. You had dinner yet, Myrtle? And what are you having? What are you having, or what did you have, I should say. That's too long, so we cut a bit off that, and we won't waste that. We'll put that here. About there like that. Yeah, I don't mind that. I need to get and use this set. I've got so many ideas for it. I just need to play. I've been playing with all pretty stuff. I haven't played with male stuff. Well, I have played with the mountains ones. I just love that one. And I did do one earlier that I didn't show you. I used, now what is it called? You're amazing, or you're in my mind, or something for the daisy, and I've fussy cut that. But I cheated because it's on the beige. I didn't need to cut out the leafy bits, and I've used the beige for the leaves, and I've used I didn't use pumpkin pie. I used Timid Tiger for that. Now, what did I do with that stamp? Did I put it away? You Are Remarkable. That's what I used. So it's this set here. Okay, and I'll just bring back my pears one to show you, Myrtle. Did you see my pears one? I think that one's my favourite. I know that one's my favourite. I'm loving the pears, and I didn't think I would. Just loving them. You're here? You're not responding. Thank you for your idea. I do like the pumpkin pie. It just brings out the pumpkin pie in the sky, doesn't it? I need to find some, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I need to find some gems that will go with that. Not sure what yet. What or where to put them, actually. So anyway, I don't mind that for a male one. Probably could even not put any. I don't know if it needs it, but I do love my little pear one. So thanks, everyone. Chicken and veggies. So that sounds nice. What are you having, Rhonda? She's not going to tell me. It's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock, so I think we might call that a night, ladies. Thanks everyone for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.